She was the first woman to get a Nobel Prize, the first person to get 2 Nobel Prizes, the first French woman to defend a doctoral thesis, and the first woman to attend Sorbonne University. Welcome to Personality Matters. This is Roses Mander, and today we are going to talk about, you guessed it, Marie Curie. Maria Solomon-Skłodowska was born in 1867 in Poland and was the youngest of 5 children, 3 sisters and 1 brother. Her parents were educators who made sure that their girls were as well educated as their son. When Marie was 7, her elder sister died of typhus. 3 years later, her mother passed away from tuberculosis. It is said that the death of her mother and sister deeply impacted Marie and shaped her views on religion, where she gave up religion and became an agnostic for the rest of her life. At school, Marie was the top of her class, but that did not help her get into the University of Warsaw because the university did not accept women at that time. So she eventually decided to try her luck somewhere else and went to France in the hopes of getting the education she wanted. She moved to Paris with her sister and for a while worked as a governess to pay for her sister's classes in medical school. During this time, Marie Curie studied on her own as well and passed an admissions exam at the Sorbonne University. She once said, "I was taught that way of progress was neither swift nor easy." Being a hardworking and diligent student, Marie quickly became the top of her class and was awarded a scholarship that helped her pay for her classes in order to complete her degree. Later on, one of her professors arranged a research grant so she could keep working on her project, which eventually put her in touch with, guess who? No, it's not Santa Claus, not Elton John, Pierre Curie. Both of them were accomplished scientists. They were married in 1895. Together, they became not only a brilliant scientific duo, but also a passionate couple. Who says workplace romance is necessarily a bad idea? In science, her main focus was on X-ray and similar Becquerel rays that were given off by uranium. Curie carried out her own experiments on uranium rays and found out that they remained permanent no matter their form or condition. Her hypothesis was that the rays came from the element's atomic structure. To describe the phenomena, Curie came up with the term radioactivity. That was, to say the least, a revolutionary idea that laid the basis for atomic physics. So supported by her husband, she continued to explore the nature of radioactivity. More precisely, she worked with a uranium-rich or pitch blend. No, I'm not trying to pitch you an idea or sell you anything, it's just the name of the substance. And discovered a new radioactive element that was named polonium in honor of her birth country. Later on, Marie and Pierre identified another radioactive element in the pitch blend, which they simply named radium. Marie became fascinated by the rays that had recently been discovered by scientists William Röntgen and Henri Becquerel. Marie became to do experiments. Pierre and Marie Curie were declared winners of the Nobel Prize in Physics for explaining radiation. However, Marie Curie was almost forgotten by the Nobel Prize Committee due to the prevailing sexist attitude at the time. Her name did not even figure on the list of the winners. Luckily, one professor who happened to be a member of the nomination committee pointed out the unfair omission. He texted Pierre Curie. Did I say texted? Okay, he wrote a letter. In response, Pierre contacted the committee and asked to rectify the issue given that he and his wife were both involved in the research on radiation. Eventually, Marie Curie was added to the list of nomination and got the Nobel Prize. That's how she became the first woman in history to be awarded the highly prestigious award. In 1906, as a result of a tragic incident, Pierre Curie died. He was run over by a horse-dragon wagon. Marie took his position as a physics professor at the Sorbonne. She was the first woman who was ever appointed as a professor at the university. A couple of years later, she became the first woman in France to receive a doctoral degree. In 1911, Marie Curie won her second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry for the discovery of polonium and radium. She was the first person to be awarded 2 Nobel Prizes. After that, she gained worldwide recognition and respect. Scientists from all over the world came to Paris to explore radioactivity with Marie Curie. Although she was extremely modest about her accomplishments, she once said, "Have no fear of perfection, you will never reach it." When the First World War broke out, Marie Curie stopped all her research activities and put her best effort into helping the French army. She applied her expertise in the field of radioactivity to cure injured soldiers and also trained people to use X-ray machines. Curie proposed the idea of equipping ambulances with X-ray machines as there was a shortage of X-ray machines in the hospitals. These ambulances were charming charmingly dubbed as Little Curies. She even drove herself on the front lines despite the potential danger of being shot. In the last year of her life, Marie Curie suffered from serious health problems. Long-term exposure to radioactive material resulted in cataracts and aplastic anemia, a disease in which the body fails to produce new blood cells in sufficient numbers. She died on July 4, 1934. Curie's daughter Irene followed in her mother's footsteps and became a scientist. Like her mother, Irene studied radioactive material and together with her husband Frédéric received the Nobel Prize in 1935 for the discovery of artificial radioactivity. Thank you for watching Personality Matters. We talk about those who made the world. Until next time, I am Rose Ismander.